you couldn't have, that kind of shit. So I got rid of all that, and then I learned how to play music when I was in the church. And then I was in the church for 9 years, and then when I finally freed myself of that burden, I started listening to Sonic Youth again. Then I came back from the desert in 2015, and I started, or 14, and I started playing my songs that I'd been writing ever since I was losing my mind trying to pastor that church. And then some folks liked it enough to where I started traveling around and playing them. And then about 8 or 9 months ago, I was on the road with Matthew Sweet. I was playing a bunch of shows with him. I did like 60 shows with him last year. And anyway, my buddy at this radio station in Memphis called me. He said, "Hey man, Steve Shelley from Sonic Youth's playing your songs on his radio station." On his radio show. I was like, "Oh man, that's freaking crazy. You got to connect us." And so he connected us. And then I was in New York City with Matthew Sweet last year. And I got there a day early, and I went over and I got to hang out with Steve Shelley there in New York City. And we went to NYU and was watching these movies about punk rock in Berlin in the 80s. And then in February I made this record, and Steve Shelley produced it and played the drums on it. And it should hopefully it'll be coming out here later on this year maybe. Anyway, that song I just played is probably going to be on there. It's just a lot more belligerent, when you got a full band behind you. Thank y'all for being so attentive. I know you don't owe me that, so I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Of course, I grew up listening to, rock and roll and punk rock and everything, and then I had to give it all up. But then whenever I started coming back after the 9-year stint, I started playing my songs. I ended up doing several shows like this, actually. For some strange thing happened one time when I was in Savannah, Georgia. I got asked to open the homecoming show for this band called Black Tusk.
Oh,
and they had just come back from like Norway or something. And I was the only guy there that was not in completely black attire. And I had a cello player that was touring with me at that time. And we walked into the venue, and the guy was like, "Nah, man, we ain't open yet." And I was like, "Nah, man, I'm playing here." He's like, "You ain't playing here." I was like, "Hell yeah, I am. Look at that picture right there." So that's my name right there. And he was like, "Whoa, what in the world now?" We went in there, and the venue had goat heads mounted all the way around. And yeah, that was fun.